and welcome to another sewing tutorial. Today I want to share with you how to sew this beautiful tote bag which comes with two pockets, one inside and one outside, and really cute bow strap. And also I love the details of the bias tape. I would love to hear your thoughts about this design. For this project you will need cotton poplin, cotton inside lining, polyester padding. I'm using 1.5 centimeters thickness, rotary cutter or just scissors, a ruler, heat erasable pen is super useful, and prepare more than one bobbin for this sewing project. Also, we will use a lot of bias tape, and I have a video on my channel how you can make your own bias tape. So check it out, it's also linked in this video description. You will need quilted back and front panels, quilted front pocket, inside pocket which is not quilted but cut and fold, 2 pieces of quilted handles, 2 pieces of bow straps, and approximately 10 meters of bias tape. I will use my tote bag pattern, which comes in 2 sizes, instructions with all the sewing steps, and material list. So to follow along, check it out in the video description. So let's begin sewing our tote bag. Take your front panel, which is already quilted, and your pattern piece, and find all the tracings for pocket placements and handle placements. Trace them with heat erasable pen or chalk. And don't forget to trace down the markings for the inside pocket as well on the inside side of the front panel. Now take your back panel and trace down the handle placements on your back panel. Now take your front outside pocket panel, wrong side up, and place the bias tape on top. Unfold the bias tape and sew it with 1 centimeter seam allowance right on the top where the crease fold line of the bias tape is. Fold the bias tape up and wrap it around raw edge, and fold the bias tape edge over 1 millimeter of the stitching line underneath. Pin it in place and sew it with 1 millimeter seam allowance right on top of the bias tape. If you have any excess of the bias tape, trim it down, aligning it with the pocket edge. Now take your handle pieces and your bias tape. Take one of your handle piece with the wrong side up and place the bias tape on the top. Unfold one of the edge of the bias tape, pin it if you need, and sew with the 1 centimeter seam allowance right on the top of the bias tape crease line. Now wrap around the bias tape the raw edge, place it over the stitch line underneath about 1 millimeter over it. Pin it if you need and sew it right on the top as close as possible to the edge of the bias tape. Now repeat this step for all of the long edges of the handles. It should look like this. Take your inside pocket piece and fold it so that the wrong side of the inside pocket is outside. Fold it in a half and sew along all of the open edges, leaving the hole of the bottom edge of the inside pocket, and sew with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Trim off all of the corners and flip around the inside pocket through the hole you left before. Pull out all of the corners so that they are nice and sharp, and I'm using a stiletto to do that. And you can iron the pocket after. Take both pieces of the bow straps and fold them in half, and then fold the open edges towards the center. You can iron both of the bow straps if it's easier for you. Also, I would really love to know if this is the first time of the sewing and you are a beginner or you are experienced one. Please leave a comment about your sewing experience. Unwrap one of the end of the bow straps and fold it 1 centimeter towards the wrong side. Then close the bow straps and pin with a needle. Sew the open edge of the bow straps and secure also the ends. Now take your front panel of the tote bag and find the tracings for the inside pocket which you made on the lining side of the front panel. Pin down the pocket, leaving the hole at the bottom. Now sew the pocket in place with 1 or 2 millimeter seam allowance and sew only the side and the bottom part of the pocket. Now flip the front panel around so that the right side is up and align the outside pocket with the tracing bottom part. And the outside pocket must be wrong side up. Pin it in place and sew on top of the outside pocket with 1 centimeter seam allowance, trying to catch the stitching line underneath. Now fold the pocket up, aligning it with the side tracing marks, and sew the side edges and the bottom edge with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Now make a little cut or notch of the middle point of the front and the back panel on the top edge of both panels and place the bow strap right where the middle point is on top of the wrong sides of the front and back panel. Pin the bow straps in place, take your bias tape and place it on top of the wrong side upper edge. Pin it down and sew it where the crease lines are like we did before, and do it for the both front and the back panel. Now unfold the bias tape, wrapping it around the raw edge, also like we did before, and pin it down 1 millimeter above or over the stitch line underneath, and do it for the both panels. And then sew with 1 millimeter seam allowance right on top of the bias tape. Trim off any excess of the bias tape for both panels, aligning it with the side edge of the panels. Take both of your handles and place one piece of the handle on the front panel and align it with the tracing marks for the handles you made before. Pin it down with the needles in the middle of the handle. And make sure that the handles aren't twisted but is in the right position. And the both raw edge of the handles are perfectly aligned with the raw edge of the bottom part of the front panel. Take your ruler and make sure that the both handles are in a correct distance apart from each other. If everything is good, you can sew the handles in place with 1 or 2 millimeter seam allowance, sewing right on top of the bias tape, and sew both edges of the handles. Cut off any excess threads after sewing. And now take your back panel and place the handles on top of the back panel, aligning it with the tracing marks. Repeating the steps we made before, and before sewing them in place, make sure that the handles are in the right position and matching the front panel. After you have sewed the handles for the both panels, take one of your panel and place right on top of each other. Right sides inside but the wrong sides outside, and match the side edge and the bottom edge perfectly, making sure that the bias tape of the upper edge is matching. Pin the side edge with needles and also the bottom edge. And sew all 3 edges with the 1 centimeter seam allowance. At this point, I would recommend to use a larger type of the sewing needle, like jeans 100 or even 110, because the material will be really thick, and as we will sew the bias tape in place, it will be even thicker. We will sew the bias tape around the bottom edge, Repeating the same steps we made before with the bias tape, align it with the raw edge and sew right on top of the crease line. And then wrap around the bias tape the raw edge, pin it in a place and sew it right on top of the bias tape. After you have sewed the bias tape in place, you can trim down the excess of the bias tape of both of the ends. And now I will sew the bias tape on both of the side edges. It will be a little different. Unfold the bias tape, align it with the edge, and fold the one end of the bias tape around the upper part of the panel. Fold it maybe 1 or 2 centimeters. Pin it in a place with a needle or clip and repeat the same step for the other side of the panel. And sew with 1 centimeter seam allowance right on top of the crease line. Also comment down below what kind of sewing project you would like to see next, because I have in my mind the beach bag, the big tote bag, or maybe a backpack. So I would love to know if you have any ideas. Unfold the bias tape and wrap it around the raw edge like we did before, and look how really nice looking the upper part of the bias tape is when you don't see any of the raw edge and all is secure and closed. And pin the bias tape with the needles on both of the sides and sew with 1 or 2 millimeter seam allowance right on top of the bias tape, securing the bias tape in a place. This time I leave the longer thread ends where the upper part of the tote bag is, and take a bigger needle and pull the threads inside of the seam of the bias tape, and it will prevent the threads with the time to fray and get loose at this part. Now the last part of this project is to sew the corners, and take one of the corner and open it up diagonally, aligning the bottom edge bias tape and the side edge bias tape. They must match in the middle, and fold it in opposite directions, so when you will sew with sewing machine you don't break your needle, because this part will be really thick. And repeat the same steps for the other corner, securing with the pins or clips, and sew with 1 centimeter seam allowance. When you have sewed both of the corners, make sure that everything is looking nice, and I would recommend to trim down the raw edge about 2 or 3 millimeters to reducing the bulkiness. And take your bias tape, align with the raw edge of the corners, pin it in a place and sew right where the crease line is, like we did before, and sew it for both of the corners. And when sewing the bias tape, here where the material is really thick in many layers, I would recommend to do it by hand and not with the full speed of sewing machine. It will prevent your needle to break. Now unfold the bias tape, wrap it around the raw edge and tuck the ends of the bias tape inside. Pin it down with the needles or clips and sew it right on top of the bias tape with 1 millimeter seam allowance, and repeat the same steps for both of the corners. Also, another option of securing the bias tape in place is not by sewing with sewing machine, because the fabric here are really thick, but you can sew it with the hand by invisible stitching. If you will choose to stitch by sewing machine, be very careful and slow when you are sewing above the really thick layers of the fabrics. Now when you have finished both of the corners, flip around your tote bag, push out the corners so that they are nice and sharp, and trim if there are any excess of the threads left behind. And I'm happy to say that we have finished together our tote bag. This is the size S, and I really love it, and I hope you will love your tote bag and wear it every day. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see the next videos that are coming. And I hope you have a nice day. Bye until the next time.